The battle continues at the Capitol. We're keeping you updated on the plans for lawmakers to redistrict your neighborhood. Plus, a special education teacher shortage in Kingsville goes beyond neighborhood lines. Tyrese Boone is talking to school officials about an initiative that hopes to bring in more educators. Your Quick 6 News at 5 starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. What started as a search for a missing kayaker in Nueces Bay has ended in tragic discovery. A 63-year-old man was reported missing this morning after heading out on the water last night. Neighborhood News reporter Suzanne Stevens is live at Lighthouse Point with the latest. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Clara. Corpus Christi police were called out to a home on Hall Drive around 8:30 this morning for a missing persons report. Family members saying the 63-year-old man had gone kayak fishing Tuesday night around 6 p.m. and never returned home. The search started on the north side of Nueces Bay. Because of low water levels, multiple agencies responded, including the Coast Guard, Texas Parks and Wildlife, and CCPD. Just before noon, search crews found an overturned kayak in the water, and about 200 yards away, they found a body. CCPD's search and recovery dive team was called in to recover the body. At this point, they do not suspect foul play, and we're still waiting for an official identification of the body. Right now, Texas Parks and Wildlife is investigating. At Lighthouse Point, I'm Senior Neighborhood News reporter Suzanne Stevens, Quick 6 News.
Suzanne, thank you. It's been 36 years since Elisa Roberson disappeared, and the Aransas Pass community continues to call for justice for her case. Neighbors held a honk and wave event this morning in front of the Aransas Pass Police Department in hopes of raising awareness about the case. It was 36 years ago today. The 13-year-old was reported missing by her mother. She was last seen walking away from her home that afternoon. After all these years, investigators are still searching for answers.
I want Elisa to be remembered. She belongs in Aransas Pass. She belongs to Aransas Pass community, and it's important that they remember as well. We never want to forget Elisa.
Later today, community members will be holding a memorial walk to remember Elisa and express solidarity with her family. And police have arrested a teenager for the shooting that took place on Beauvais Drive Saturday night. According to detectives and officers with the gang unit, they were able to identify the teen and arrest him in Victoria on Monday. He was stopped by the Victoria Police Department Highway Interdiction Team. Now, this is still an ongoing investigation. If you have any information about this case, you are urged to contact CCPD. That number is on your screen, 361-886-2840. And some tense moments this morning in Georgia after military base Fort Stewart went under lockdown because of an active shooter. The U.S. Army later said the shooter was no longer a threat and was in custody. 5 soldiers were shot. No word on their conditions. More than 10,000 people, including soldiers, families, and Army employees, live on base, which is 40 miles southwest of Savannah. Fort Stewart is home of the Army's 3rd Infantry Division. And there was a scare this morning for some of the Democratic House members who fled the state in protests. Some of those lawmakers were evacuated from their Chicago hotel because of a bomb threat. The group fled from Austin to block a vote on a redistricting plan that could give Republicans 5 more congressional seats. Around 6:30 this morning, the lawmakers were warned over the hotel intercom that a bomb threat had been made. The hotel was searched, but no bomb was found. As for the redistricting saga, State Attorney General Ken Paxton says he'll ask the courts to declare the Democratic seats vacant if the legislatures don't return by Friday.
I'm Tyrese Boone, your Kingsville Neighborhood News reporter. School districts are facing a growing challenge across Texas, hiring and keeping special education teachers. Now, Kingsville ISD is stepping up, using new incentives and community outreach to bridge the gap.
It's a very rewarding field, working with students, special education, and seeing them grow.
Renee Ramirez teaches special education with Kingsville ISD. Right now, they're struggling with keeping the staff they need to better serve their students. And they're not alone. According to the Texas Education Agency, for every teacher, there are 25 special students who need them.
We would just divide up the workload and get things done and make sure our kids were being taken care of no matter what.
Erica Rosales and Pamela Avalar also work with the special education department. With their team stretched thin, the school district started offering some incentives to get more people to apply.
So we did have several openings, and we were really anxious to recruit teachers to the Kingsville Independent School District. So we began by offering some additional stipends and additional trainings to recruit our teachers to Kingsville.
And so far, it's helped. They've managed to fill all but one position ahead of the first day of school on August 11th. Now they can get to work.
Now that we have everybody on board, we can tackle this together as a team and make sure that we close the gaps.
If you're interested in becoming a special ed teacher here in Kingsville, you can visit our article at christv.com to find out more details. In Kingsville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tyrese Boone, Chris 6 News.
Well, teacher shortages aren't the only issue Texas is trying to tackle. Starting September 1st, most disposable e-cigs and THC vapes will be taking off store shelves. Senate Bill 2024 bans sales of certain e-cig products. It includes those made in foreign countries like China. Vapes with products other than nicotine, and bans vapes that look like household items like toys or cosmetics that particularly appeal to minors. Those who violate the law could face a Class A misdemeanor, fines up to $4,000, and even jail time.
Parents, let's face it. Vaping blows, and over the past few years, it's been a big problem in schools here. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter downtown. I'll show you how some are changing their approach in hopes of keeping them out of the classroom.
It's a well-known fact that smoking, just tobacco in general, is pretty bad.
Vaping became popular a few years back.
So the notion that vaping might be less harmful was exciting.
But as officials, schools, and even some parents learn more, it's becoming clear that vaping may be just as dangerous.
These kids have been vaping for a year, 2 years, and now the body is telling them, I am sick.
Nueces County Judge Joe Benavides knows this firsthand. He says he sees about 1,000 vaping-related cases a year, mostly middle and high schoolers.
CCISD, Toloso, Cal Allen.
While the numbers have not increased, he's caught on to something.
And I spoke to him one-on-one and asked him, do you think vaping is addictive? And a lot of the kids replied that yes, it is, and it's very hard to get off of it.
Some students admit they can't stop.
I've seen people with the little pants go after and after and after, and I feel like an addiction will always be there.
It's something parents like Jacob Rosen say sound all too familiar.
I've got a friend that started smoking cigarettes when he was 14, right? And he said he wasn't able to kick it till he was almost 40.
Rosen tries to be mindful of what his own kids are exposed to. He believes the solution starts with awareness.
Obviously, the best remedy is not starting. So maybe from the get-go, it's the education.
Judge Benavides agrees.
I'm on the board of the American Heart Association, and we're going to be going to schools presenting the harmful effects of vaping.
Judge Benavides says it's more than a disciplinary issue, it's a medical one.
I just told them to go see some type of medical doctor to help them, or counselors that could help them out.
Right now, he's working with local doctors to find ways to not only prevent vaping, but support kids already struggling.
Knowledge is power. But once we have that information, that power, it's to each individual to decide whether or not they do or not.
Parents, if you have concerns about vaping or any other school issue, Judge Benavides will be hosting a presentation on Saturday, August 30th. We'll have that information for you on our website. With your neighborhood news downtown, I'm your Sunrise reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 News.
All right, Michaela, thank you. And it's been sweltering here in the Coastal Bend, but will we find any relief? For that answer, we bring in meteorologist Diamond Dixon. Hello, Diamond. When are we going to be seeing those temperatures drop?
Well, hey, Claudia. Well, not anytime soon, because we're just in the beginning, right, of summer, and we're feeling really hot outside, and we're even hitting triple digits today. We were so close to hitting a record. We hit 99 degrees, and that record for today was 100, so we were super close. We've hit about 4 to 5 days of 100-degree weather so far this summer, and it's only going to get warmer, especially as we hit into mid-August, which we haven't got there yet. But but currently we're at 96 degrees here in Corpus Christi. We feel like 105. Our southeast wind's coming in at 60 miles per hour, and that's the thing that's been eating us up the most is our feel-like temperatures, especially when we reach over 110 for those feel-like temps. That's where we start to get our heat advisories in place, and we don't have any coming up so far this week, which is good news. But right now, all of our neighborhoods are between 90 to 100 degrees right now, but I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Devin, thank you. Coming up on Chris 6 News at 5, how you can help a little 3-year-old girl with a rare disorder get transportation she desperately needs. Plus, how local business owners are learning tricks of the trade at a local summit.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, back in March, we introduced you to this little girl, Dawn Villarreal. She lives with mucolipidosis, also known as eye cell disease, a rare life-limiting genetic disorder. Her mom, Kimberly, has been working hard to raise money for a safe, wheelchair-accessible vehicle for the 3-year-old. And now community advocate Pete Trevino is stepping in to help with Big Bertha. He recently became an official nonprofit and is hosting a special fundraiser this weekend for Dawn's family.
As a dad of 5 daughters, it touched me because, you know what I mean, it could be anybody that I love, you know, and Kimberly and her mom and Donna become family to us.
The barbecue fundraiser will be held this Saturday at the VFW Post 2397 on Air Street starting at noon. And if you're interested in making a food donation for this event, head over to our website for more information. And Small Business Owners Unite. Downtown Management District hosted the first ever Downtown Development Summit, a quote engaging and informative event where business leaders shared insight on financing, real estate, construction, and more. The summit was also tailored to growth and success of downtown Corpus Christi. House of Rock owner Casey Lane was in the spotlight about his experience and his contribution to the growth of downtown Corpus Christi.
Well, let's take a look at some traffic here. Well, we're taking an overlook here off of SPID. Traffic seems to be moving pretty smooth there. Cars are flying into our 513 hour. Well, let's look at how traffic is flowing down to the street level from Portland to the Harbor Bridge. We have a slight snag, but doesn't seem to be making too much of an issue. Ocean Drive also looks good. We just saw SPID seems to be moving slow, but there may be an area where we have some stop and go onto SPID there. Saratoga also has a minor slowdown right there along South Staples Street and a little slowdown along Waldron Road. I'll have your full forecast coming up. Welcome back there, Coastal Band Meteorologist Diamond Dixon here with the live look outside our CCAC camera overlooking Snoopy's Pier. Well, it's a nice beginning to our evening here. We had a hot day. It's still hot across our neighborhoods. If we take a look at temperatures and feel likes, we have a variation of temperatures between 90 and 100 degrees. So 10 degrees span from the coast all the way inland to Cotulla. We're at 96 here in Corpus Christi. We still have feel like temperatures that are well into our triple digits, not exceeding 110, but pretty close to it in Falfurrias at 109 and 107 for Robstown. Out west, we see Freer and Cotulla at 100 degrees. That's pretty warm, but they tend to cool off also faster when you're more inland. So right now we're seeing still those warmer temperatures closer to the coast. We'll come out of those feel like temperatures of triple digits as we head into our 7 o'clock hour. We'll then see that same pattern repeat into Thursday, and we'll get into that triple digit feel like weather between 11 a.m. well until about 6 o'clock. So we'll spend most of our afternoon as well as a portion of our morning feeling like triple digits there. So current winds right now are out of the southeast. They're a little more elevated than yesterday. We see winds at 16 miles per hour here in Corpus Christi, 17 for Ingleside and Kingsville, and 18 at the Naval Air Station. But soon when we start to see the sun go down, we'll get into some single digits. And as far as some raindrops that usually help bring us some relief from the heat, We saw a couple of passing showers today, but nothing that was super impactful. If we talk about the next time that we'll see some rain, there's an opportunity this weekend. It's between stray and isolated for Saturday night into Sunday during the day. Until then, we're going to be primarily dry, dominated by high pressure, whereas mainly just sunny skies and once again those hot days that we see. We spent a lot of time today in the 90s. We didn't make it quite past the 90s, but we did, once again, we hit 99. We were very close to that record of 100 degrees, and there was a tied record that day between the year of 1940 and even as early as 2023. So once again, it was very close. We're starting to see more of that triple-digit weather come into play this August. We'll be in the upper 80s by 7 o'clock. We'll go all the way down to low 80s starting around that 10 to 11 o'clock window. Winds go into single digits as well, and we'll be in the upper 70s up until 2 all the way into our Thursday morning with a very light south wind. And yes, we're going to be likely warmer as well the next 6 to 10 days out. That'll put us at mid-month there, and it will be really hot here in South Texas. And not only are we hot, but so is the water that's near us. So forecast high temperatures, what we'll notice is that we will be a little bit above normal through Friday, but then we take a dip to below normal, and then we even out into the following week, headed into that weekend. Our average is about 96 degrees for this week. Tomorrow, if we're looking at some of our heat risks there, you can expect more of that major heat risk out for Freer and Cotulla, a little minor and moderate of a mix near the coast, and those conditions look to get a little bit worse as we go into August 8th. For out west there, with our temperatures increasing. So as we look at our next 7 days together here in the coastal bend, you can expect those warmer temperatures all throughout the week once again, and we'll keep an eye also on our feels like temperatures as well with those increasing heat index. We'll see you after the break.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. We turn our attention now to the west side, where Corpus Christi Fish for Life, a nonprofit that helps at-risk youth, teamed up with JCPenney today to host a shopping spree. It was for 100 students from West Dos Elementary and JFK Elementary. Each student received a $100 shopping credit along with JCPenney coupon for a discount. This will help them start the school year with new clothes and supplies.
We want to make sure they look their best getting back to the community, starting school. So we're very happy to have all our kids with us today.
And the first day of school for students in the West Oso District is next Tuesday, August 12th. Good luck. And parents in Robstown, listen up. This Friday, the school district is hosting its Picker Parent Palooza at Cotton Picker Stadium. It's a chance to meet teachers and staff and get some help with certain school supplies. Neighborhood News reporter Stephanie Molina spoke to the district about the event.
Great community event. We hope our families can just come out and get some merchandise for the school year, get their free clear backpack, and grab a hot dog on the way out.
Yummy! Parents, you must bring your students to pick up their clear backpacks. The giveaway is until supplies last. And students and parents aren't the only ones getting some help today. In Taft, some teachers got to do a little shopping. They were surprised with a trip to Walmart in Portland, where they could buy supplies for their students. According to the National Education Association, more than 90% of teachers pay for their school supplies out of pocket. They could pay anywhere between $500 and $750 a year. That's why the district decided to lend a helping hand.
I have 3 children myself, so I know the stress of going back to school, getting everything for the kids, and sometimes we forget as parents what they need, or we can't get what they need, and when they come to our class, we don't ever want them to feel left out.
Taft's first day of school is next Wednesday, August 13th. And you're getting a live look across Corpus Christi. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the pet of the day and how you can adopt one of your very own.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, Chris 6 News has teamed up with the Gulf Coast Humane Society for the Clear the Shelter initiative. Every day this week, we will feature some of the pets that you can bring home. And today we have Nova. Nova is a 3-year-old shepherd mix. This lively girl is full of energy and is always ready for fun. She's looking for someone who can match her zest for life. She's been with the Gulf Humane Society for a year and her adoption fee is waived. So go meet Nova today at the Gulf Coast Humane Society, located at 3118 Cabaniss Parkway. And I just want to take all of these pets home this week. They're so cute, but I have a dog at home, so.
Me too. I don't think he'll like other dogs either.
Yeah.
He's kind of possessive, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but speaking of weather and it cooling down later on, I take Bentley for his walk around 7-ish, 8.
Oh, that's a good
the sun
time.
goes down so that it doesn't hurt his paw pads on the concrete. So we have some increasing heat throughout the week, but you can just expect 90s for the rest of the week into the weekend.
Yeah. Well, stay hydrated, everybody, and also hydrate your pets. Very, very important. We will see you here back at 6 o'clock. Have a good one.